I do not like your face. It is not right that the crown should sit atop such an ugly head. Oh god. Everyone's having a terrible day. Alright, so I have finished the war arc prologue of Vinland Saga. Generalized thoughts, still probably going to be full of spoilers, so I'm assuming you've watched or you've read this series. Now, I started off from the beginning feeling not meh. I wasn't invested yet because like everything was fine, nothing was bad, the action and art was all very well done. There were some early moments where I felt we were pulling punches and it felt more shonen than seinen. I learned that it started off shonen, will grow into a seinen. And Thorfinn as a character was my issue. I didn't dislike him. I have all the faith in the world we are going to see him grow as a character, but right now we're in the set for revenge, moody, brooding anger phase, lashing out. It's like, sir, if you took a moment to think and listen to what Askeladd is telling you, then you have a chance of beating him. I like his honor. I like how he's trying to understand what his father wanted from him. I like his regret. I like the quest for revenge. I'm all for that. But in these particular, however many chapters I've read, I've never once really loved his character yet. I believe the fans when they say he's going to grow on you, he's on a long character arc. I like a slow journey, so long as there's something else for me to get attached to. And thankfully there was, especially like when I started this volume set, I was hooked by then. Thorkill is my favorite. His strong personality, his love for fighting, his personality, his smile, his love of fighting. I love Thorkill so much. I like characters with strong personalities. Askeladd, the one that Thorfinn wants to kill. He is an absolute delight, charismatic, smart. No matter what room he's in, he's the smartest man in the room. He's always got a plan. There's luck on his side. He can read people's motivations. He is a character that I will always be drawn to. Again, he's smart and he's charming, okay? Like, yeah, I like that character. The prince, absolutely adore anyone with a strong character arc. That went a long way. Even if it is a short period of time, I'm normally okay with it. If you start at rock bottom and then you just end up with some confidence, that's an arc I'm also gonna like. So I like the idea that he was almost petrified with the power he held. He was too scared to act because he didn't want to face the consequences or knew what the consequences could be, and was that the right path to walk down. Every time he spoke, it's with the authority of a prince. He knew this world or kingdom could be torn apart between him and his brother, civil war. He doesn't know what the right choice to make is, so he is not confident in making decisions and giving orders. And then for him to realize, this is the path I'm on, this is the path I will follow. I will take the crown and throne for myself. I will kill my own father. I will wage war for these people, for these reasons. God kicked us out of paradise, so we'll make paradise on earth. That kind of thing. Granted, he went through that change a little quickly, but a lot can happen in a single battle. He figured things out. So I really liked those three characters surrounding Thorfinn as we will eventually see his journey. Okay, I was hooked. I was really, really, really hooked. I thought we were going to get some political intrigue and going back and forth between the prince and his father and manipulation and assassination attempts and political maneuvering. I was so excited. Spoilers, 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 spoilers. We don't get that. I'm not complaining. I was thrown for a loop. Did not see this coming at all. The fact that Askeladd, to protect his home, to protect his mother's family and their people and everyone and the hatred he has for the king and this war, sacrificing himself, purposefully goading the king, purposefully making the coup, him being the front of the coup, killing him to prevent a war. Was it war on Wales, maybe? I'm bad with places and names. Oh my god, he did that! And the prince had to let him. And Thorkill had to watch. And they both respect him so much. To see him fall, that hurt me. But what hurt me more is the fact that Thorfinn now is robbed of his revenge. I figured this would play out like a straightforward, okay, he's going to eventually, through an honorable duel, because he wants to do this honorably, kill Askeladd for the murder of his father, and then he's going to realize that he's still just as hollow as ever, revenge wasn't worth it, and he's going to have to find a path forward, work with the prince, yada yada. Just typical story. No, we don't get that. He's robbed of his vengeance. So now what'd he do to get himself in trouble? He attacked somebody. He's a very angry character. He's going to, I'm assuming, given the next arc is called the slave arc, be sold off as a slave. And maybe if he had gotten his revenge, he's like, this cost is worth it. But he didn't get his revenge. How's the prince going to feel about this? Because I feel like they didn't really have that strong connection. They had a few moments where it seems like they're friendly. And Thorkill, my darling, he wants to fight Thorfinn. These names are tripping me up. He needs to fight him properly, or they both have to realize that no one has any enemies, and fighting is not worth it, and let's all live in peace. That's not going to happen for my boy, but whatever. I am hooked this particular second. However, I am terrified to continue reading now because I'm still not latched on to Thorfinn. He's fine. I believe you that he's going to become a great character. But in this particular second, I'm neutral with him. I don't dislike him. He's fine. I don't overly feel like following his journey. I want to follow the prince's journey. I want Thorkill involved. I liked Askeladd, and you took him away from me. Don't let me lose Thorkill. Don't let me lose him. Please tell me he stays. I need to read just so I know he stays in the story. All right, on to past Jessica reading this. All right. See if I can get this unwrapped. And map. The map's my favorite part. Not much exciting going on in this little thing yet. I see. He returned alive. Indeed, he will arrive in 2 days. You must be pleased, Majesty. Yeah, this looks like the face of someone who is pleased. I love Thorkill. Okay, we're starting off this volume set absolutely wonderfully. We're moving past the king. We got Buddy from the Vikings responsible for Thorfinn's father's death and betrayal and the whoever Vikings. And he's like, there's gotta be some kind of plot of Thorkill's. There's no way he's returning with the prince. They don't believe the prince is showing up. And then the prince shows up, Thorkill's at his side, and Askeladd, and then the face. Hang on, let me mark my spot. Look at his face! Oh my god, he can't believe what he's seeing. And the prince is just like, I sent a herald 7 days ago with word of my return, Floki? I'm going with Floki. Do you always greet a prince by pointing spears at them? And Buddy is just like, what the hell are you doing here? Askeladd is just smirking and grinning. Askeladd, what's the meaning of this? What are you doing with his highness? And the prince is just like, are you hard of hearing? You dare draw your arrows against a royal prince of Denmark. No, your highness. The Jomsvik, I gotta learn how to say their name, are ever loyal. That is, we received an inaccurate report about an enemy ambush, and Prince just stares down at him coldly. Do not form ranks if you are not certain. Send a report that I will visit His Majesty's hold by evening. An accurate report. And they're like, God, this guy's a different person. And we're with Bjorn for a moment, just how he's been injured in the gut, doesn't know if he's going to make it the night. And how, no, he's not going to hold grudges against the traitors just because he's not like Thorfinn who holds grudges. Now, this is my favorite part, where the prince is walking through the area and he's just like, listen, we're not betraying the king right away. I'll be marked as a rebel, so you gotta do what I say. And Thorkill is just like, we're talking about this out in the open? You sure this is a good idea? And he's like, the walls have ears everywhere, so just follow my orders. It's important that we have the warriors and captains alliance in this matter, so you're going to get on their good side. And he's just like, meaning what exactly? This is Thorkill. Meaning what exactly? I'm supposed to drink and make merry on your tab? And the prince is just like, basically, go on. And he's just like, best orders I've ever had. I knew following you was the right idea. I love Thorkill. Is the prince gonna go evil? I feel he's gonna go slightly evil. So, Thorfinn's being difficult, and Askeladd's like, listen, he'll take your orders, it's fine. He's saying he didn't swear no fealty, but whatever. And Prince is just like, I suppose God is watching from above even now. We lose our friends, and father and son kill one another. and he chooses to sit on his throne and watch it all happen. It is unforgivable. I will create a worldly paradise in this land, a place of peace and prosperity, an ideal country for those who live in suffering. Perhaps the work will not be finished in my generation, but I will be the one to take that first bold step. God will surely call me to his side with love, and when that time comes, I will say to him, we no longer need heaven or your trials. We have our paradise on earth. This is not the face of a happy man or a loving ruler. I'm a little concerned. We must take back what we have lost, even if it means becoming demons. And Askeladd says, you will have my assistance, Highness. Okay, so they walk in to speak with the king. The king has a bunch of people with arrows and spears, and it's an ambush waiting to happen. They're in the throne room, very dark and ominous. And the prince is just like, no one draw, so long as we don't give him reason, we're gonna make it out of here, okay? We can't be the ones who draw first. They have a chat. He talks about the crown, and the crown only wants two things: to wield power and to gain more power. Prince is just like, so was the crown that gave the orders to kill me, and he's like, no, nothing like that. Crown doesn't desire you, and then a bunch of the army basically shows themselves ready to kill him, and the king is just like, listen, you can walk away and live your life peacefully, read the Bible or something, or you die here. What's your choice? You want to make a fuss of this? Are those the words of the crown, your majesty? That's when Askeladd pops in, just like, can you not antagonize him? And he starts favoring the king, talking about the prince's great deeds and the land that he's won and the treasure, and how we will all be the kings if he were to be crowned king of England, to take Thorkill away from, who were they with? Yeah, from London. And to punish him for that would make the other soldiers angry. So the king starts talking and then asks his name. What name did your father give you? I'm known only as Askeladd. My father gave me no name. The king says, a bastard son then. No, the son of a slave. And we have never seen Askeladd so angry. Quite honestly, that change in art style for just a second, more comic booky with the dots over everything. It's like, he says his blood froze when the prince insulted the king or goaded him on, and everyone had their spears pointing at him, and then he's calling him the son of a slave. Yeah, good scene. Okay, I was not expecting this at all. So, Thorfinn's getting his duel. He's not even fully healed. But before then, Bjorn, still don't know how to say his name, and apparently I don't need to learn now, because he was injured, stabbed in the gut. The ones who orchestrate the betrayal have left. They were forgiven, I guess. They said they no hard feelings. But they're going to leave because one's still mentally shook from seeing Thorkill in action, and everyone dying around him, and his brother is taking him away to take care of him. And Askeladd gave him a gold bracelet saying, take this on the condition that you never draw a sword again, you're not suited for it. Go away, raise some sheep, find a wife, have some children, die in your bed. And the idea of that's the life that Thorfinn's father, Thor's, had wanted to live for himself. So is he sending him off to a better life to know the fate of a warrior just is not the correct life path? Unlikely. It's probably just an insult saying you'll never go to Valhalla. But now we go to the duel where Bjorn, I should really look up his name, shows up to fight Askeladd, not because they have any animosity, but he's going to die from these wounds. He can't be healed, he can't be treated. They got him in the gut. There's probably bacteria going all throughout him. He's sick, he's dying. And the idea of just dying sick in bed does not please anyone in this series. Like, you want to go Valhalla, you want to die as a warrior's death. So they fight, and it's over very quickly. Askeladd says, damn, I'm sorry, Bjorn, I missed the sure kill. Hang on, I'll end this. And he reaches for him, is like saying, I just want it to be your friend. And Askeladd looks back at him saying, you are Bjorn, my one and only friend. Before he kills him, mercy killing, but still was not expecting that. I expected it's a series. It's a shonen / Seinen still figured that you wouldn't kill one of his closest allies this soon in the series, so was not expecting that at all. Then Thorfinn gets his chance at the battle. They start fighting, but he immediately lashes out in anger. He's rushed into this. His arm isn't even fully healed. And Askeladd drops his own sword, saying, I don't need this to take you out. Immediately beats him with his own two hands and headbutts him in the face. And it's just over as quickly as it started, saying, you gave up all your moves with your eyes. I knew you were going for my throat. The prince has to call off the duel to save him from killing him. And Askeladd's just like, you took down or you made progress beating Thorkill and you thought you could take over the world? Pathetic. Let me tell you how you kill a man. And he tells the story about the first man he ever killed, his father. So I'm excited to see this, because that was like the king who like took over a country, right? Yeah. And his mother was a slave to him. Alright, so we start our story with Askeladd getting his name. He was never given a name by his father, and his mother is sick at this point in the story. So he's working, splitting wood, working, I guess in a blacksmith shop kind of thing. He's always covered with soot and ash. And horse manure and everything, basically. So they start calling him Askeladd, Lad of Ashes, or the Ashen Lad, and his father doesn't even recognize the children that he sired outside the ones with his proper wife. And his mother's always spoke of a hero, or Taurus, our ancestor. She liked to tell the same tale over and over. 5 centuries ago, the legendary general protected her hometown from invading barbarians. She believed the myth that spoke of his eventual return, the second coming of the man who would free her from sickness and slavery. She repeated the tale so many times that I couldn't help but believe it. But they never came, and then one day her spirit had finally broken, and she's running through the streets, and she mistakes the man who had assaulted her so many times and took her for a slave. I don't even want to say slave bride. Just took her as a slave and bore her children. Or had her bear his children. Mistakes him for this hero. Runs to him, to which he pulls a sword on her and is about to kill her. When Askeladd then grabs the sword on instinct, gets between them, and instinctively knows how to use the sword and pushes him back. Clearly at, 12? Something like that? 8? I don't know. 11. As an 11-year-old, he cannot defeat his father, but the father recognizes him, like, she's your mother? You're one of mine? He's like, yes. So, catching his eye, he takes him into his home, raises him with his sons, and eventually, after 2 years, I believe it was, 2 years, they finally accepted him. He stood out in his riding lessons, his swordsmanship. He was accepted as almost like a true-born son of his own, and he took the opportunity to kill his father when the opportunity met, using one of his brother's sword, the one that disliked his father or had animosity towards his father, and then the other brothers hung him, blaming him, and Askeladd's like, it was so easy to convince these fools, manipulate them to my will. I don't care if it's Arturus or Ragnarok or the final judgment, as long as it comes damn soon. But I doubt I'll live to see it for myself. He's just ready for the world to be over, for some new age to dawn. And the prince is just like, why don't you seek to become king? You have the bloodline. Why don't you make this changes? And he's just like, I'm a Viking. You have a better chance at this than I do. And then Thorkill's just standing in the background. Did they forget about me? And he's so cute, and I love Thorkill. Alright, I wasn't expecting this. So we get the old man, I want to say Leif is his name. And he is still looking for Thorfinn after all these years. It's been 11 years since Thor's death, since the pirates attacked them, since he watched his friend die and knew that Thor's gave his life for him. And they were looking for Thorfinn, but he went missing. And he knew that he went to avenge his father. And it's like, there's no way he survived. Now, during his trades, he ends up going to villages, and wherever there's a slave market, he'll go there looking for Thor's, and has bought and freed slaves over the years, thinking that they were Thor's, realizing he was wrong. And his own son, partner, someone, I don't know, is just like, we don't have a lot of money. You can't keep doing this. And he's like, I can't give up looking for this boy. And then a big boat comes through and they have to all clear out of the river, and it's the prince coming through and he has his guards, and all of a sudden they're also discussing things like, how is the king going to plan to kill you? It's going to happen at this banquet. Maybe he'll take Thorkill away from you. If Thorkill gets removed from the group, I'm going to be pissed. Thorkill's my favorite. And he's like, yeah, I don't want to lose access to him and have him by my side. It's like, yeah, we definitely don't want to do that. And the guy who betrayed Thor's, whose name I don't know. Can I just call him an ass? Loki? So he is watching the prince, and he's being very suspicious, and we don't like him, and then all of a sudden, crossbow bolt to the chest of the supposed prince, who is very clearly a stand-in, because we've seen the actual prince a minute ago, and he wasn't wearing the fancy helmet. And then we see Thorfinn attacking the assassin, and Thorfinn gets confused to beat the assassin, and the guards are just like, now you're coming with us, give us your weapons. He just elbows him in the neck, buddy drops. They recognize him as the one who had fought Thorkill in the past, gives him a last name that I'm not going to try to pronounce. It's like the Promised One or something like that. Yeah, he asked what Karlsefin means. Thorfinn the Promising, the man who challenged Thorkill the Tall with just 2 knives and 1. So he gets introduced right next to Leif. I really feel like I'm saying his name wrong. And he is so overwhelmed that he just runs and hugs Thorfinn. Is like, it's you, you're alive, and still picturing this sweet boy 11 years ago. And he's thinking, okay, I gotta bring him home. We can forget the past, but no, Thorfinn can't forget the past. His entire thing is just, I need vengeance. So long as Askeladd lives, breathes, and shits, he's not done enough. He's not avenged his father yet. So he refuses, and he only asks about Vinland. Like, I dream about it. Have you set up a village there? Tell me about it. And Leif is just like, why haven't you asked about your mother, who is so sick and heartbroken for the loss that she suffered? She can only wake and then go back to eat and go back to sleep. Like, you could cure her. Come home. She just needs to see your face. And Thorfinn is just like, I didn't ask about her. Tell me about Vinland. And he's like, your sister, she has kids now. You have nieces and nephews. Come home. It's like, I didn't ask about any of that. Tell me about Vinland. And he refuses, and it's like, the sweet little boy died 11 years ago. There's only vengeance left. And he does not understand what his father meant to be a strong warrior with no enemies. He'll figure it out eventually. We then get the king talking to the traitor buddy Floki, however you say his name. So the assassination was definitely his doing. No one is surprised. The stand-in was a slave girl because they couldn't find a man who looked like the prince, which Prince isn't a big fan of. He holds the dying woman's hands for a few minutes, but she's still alive when he walks away, so the prince doesn't care all that much, or doesn't have time to deal with it. And it's just like, treat her with respect, make her comfortable, do anything you can for her, but they know she's lost. And now we gotta see what happens next. Okay, interesting. Now, I figured they were going to try to fake the prince's death because Askeladd had said, how do you feel about dying here? Did not expect Askeladd to have been the one to arrange the assassination. Thorkill is just like, the assassination was your work in the first place. It's all self-orchestrated. And Askeladd's like, indeed, execute it to perfection, wasn't it? I'm not sure how the prince is going to feel about someone dying in his place, but they're starting a rumor that the king wanted the prince dead, and this failed assassination attempt made that believable. I love this panel right here. Focusing on, like, the spider, and we see them through the web as, like, it shows Askeladd's manipulation, just being cunning, and, like, a spider, I guess, in this situation, putting his plan into place. So the point being that now that there's a threat to the prince's life, and there's rumors that the king is responsible for it, they would be less likely to take Thorkill away from the prince, or anything that could disadvantage him in means of protection. But the prince says, listen, you did good, this will work out well for me, but you are forbidden from using another body double for me. Is that understood, Askeladd? And he's like, yes, my apologies, my prince. So, not the biggest fan of someone dying for him, but appreciates the fact that it worked out in his favor. No need to be angry about it now, is how I'm getting practical. Practical prince. Alright, so Conehead's brother is a traitor, to no one's surprise. I was almost hoping he wouldn't be, because I'm kind of done with the trope of, oh, this cowardly looking figure is very clearly a spy and out for themselves and is going to play both sides and see which way the balance of power goes. Just like a conniving little rat character. And just once, I'd love for that archetypal character to just be like, yeah, I am terrified, but I'm standing with you, and he's just on our side, even though they're cowards. Just once, I would have liked that. Flip over expectations? I don't know. Alright, so they are at the banquet, lots of food. Thorkill's having a wonderful time. I'm happy because Thorkill's happy. And Askeladd is just like in his head thinking he's a genius. I've manipulated things, I predicted things, I know how this is going to play out, you can't get past me. Yeah, and then the king is just like, I'm now king of England. He gives Merca, I thought they were going to say America, but it's just some fertile land in England to his son to dispel rumors that he had him killed or didn't favor his younger son. And Askeladd's still right proud. And then, just as he says, like, we gotta go after Ireland, he changes it to, but first we have to first attack Wales. And Wales is where Askeladd's mother is from. The people gave him sanctuary for a minute when he was running from Thorkill. Thorkill remembers this. My smart boy. He's a big, brutal, loves to eat, but smart boy. And mentions it to Askeladd. Askeladd tells him, yeah, that's where my mother's from. And now that Askeladd's going up to collect his reward for saving the prince from the king, he's just like, yeah, I think attacking Wales is a bad idea, and I'm not sure how he's going to manipulate his way out of this, because how about you not piss off the king with a bunch of people around like this? And say, hey, your idea is a bad idea? I really want to know what happens next, but I gotta go up to my cousin, so I have to stop reading now. Oh my god. Okay. I do not like your face. It is not right that the crown should sit atop such an ugly head. And of course, Thorkill has the correct response along with everyone else. Rewinding a couple pages where I left off, Askeladd is beseeching them not to attack Wales, because he was a slave. His mother was a slave from there. He loves the people, the home. That's where his loyalty is. He knows that the king has to look good in front of his people. He can't just turn away. So he's like, please, I beg of you, let me speak. He's like, speak your mind. It's the king's duty to listen to his subjects. He talks about how the armies are tired, they've lost good men, and the terrain of Wales is lots of mountains, plains, rugged terrain, that kind of thing. Be like chasing a rabbit, like turn over a mountain to chase one single rabbit, wouldn't be worth the cost. And Thorkill's laughing, and he's just like, this man loves to talk. I love Thorkill. And the people are kind of on his side. It's like, and one of the king's men is just like, yeah, we're doing this because they affronted the king. We don't take insults. And 3 times we've showed them mercy. He's like, if that's the case, let me go as a messenger. I'll get them to have penance. And he's like, oh, you give such great advice. It's a loyal subject like you who speaks their mind and gives good counsel. How kind you are. How lucky I am as a king to have someone like you among my men. Put on a show for the people that are watching. And then he whispers in his ear, Wales or Canute? Choose. In truth, I do not care about the subjugation of Wales. It is merely a stopping gate to keep the troops occupied while we prepare for Ireland. Bring me Canute's head, and I will see that Wales is spared. I've looked into you. I hear your mother was a slave. It would explain why you have such a fixation on Wales. After all, its only export of any value is slaves, it seems. And the look that crosses this man's face. And Askeladd's just like, I do not like your face. It is not right that the crown should sit atop such an ugly head. Did he just insult the king? You must have misheard. What did you just say? The king is in shock. Why are we pulling a sword? Come now, Grandpa. Are you hard of hearing as well? I said take the jewels off your head, you hideous old fuck. That's not the face of a king. Okay, everyone else's people are pulling their swords. Don't move, guards. Askeladd said. The king is within my reach. And King's sweating. Murmuring of the crowd. What? Prince is not looking good. And Thorkill's like, son of a bitch, stop stealing all the best parts. He wants to fight. I love it. I love Thorkill. King Sweeney is, I think he's trying to say swine or mine. He's cut off by the prince, saying, "Don't move. Wait, Thorkill. Nothing must happen to his majesty. Askeladd's gone mad. Do not alight him. King saying, put away your sword and I will forgive your sins. Like hell you will. You'll have him executed. Kill him. Kill him. Forgive. Do not presume to judge me, barbarian. Insult my family and my people is a crime worthy of death. He's going all for it. This is not my final This is my final warning. Put away your sword, Askeladd. That's only a nickname. Do you want to know my real name? The one given to me by my mother? Yes, I do. Tell me. Lucas, I can't say names. Lucas Artorius Castus. And I am the rightful king of Britannia. Someone throws a cup. Oh, to get the sword away from the king. Now I feel, oh God. Did you think a cup was going to distract him? King's head is now on the floor. Hell's about to break out. Oh, that's a pretty panel. Everyone is shocked. Crown falls. Body falls next. That felt good. Ends now. Prince is thinking you have my gratitude, Askeladd. And the prince orders him to attack him. He has committed regicide. Cut him down. Thorfinn hears the ruckus and screams. People are running out. I love Thorkill. He's so upset. Askeladd has gone mad. People are being slaughtered. He is, I don't know if he got a scratch. There's so much blood on him, but I don't think any of it's his. People are being cut down, and he's like, come at me. The king of Britannia, or however you say whatever place it is, will see you or beseech you. And the prince is playing along, is like, run him down with numbers. He can't leave here alive. Reinforcements are coming. And then Thorkill standing next to him, all upset. And the prince just, hold it in, Thorkill. It's not your turn yet. Oh, don't mind me. I'll just stand here. He just wants to go fighting. The blood-crazed fool. If there's one thing I hate, it's having my prey snatched away from me. He has not gone mad. It is an act. Are you sure? Me or Wales? He took the option that delivered the greatest chance of saving both. Fair. Okay, maybe. Fair. By acting like a madman, he assumes all the guilt for the murder of the king. Let him have his rampage. I'll allow you to finish it. Thorkill. He goes and sits down. He starts eating. I'm not listening. I won't do it. He's your man, not mine. The dog's master ought to be the one to put it down. We're not killing Askeladd. You're lucky I love Thorkill enough to continue if he dies. I realize he's got to. What's wrong? Is that all you've got, you filthy Danes? Don't any of you have true metal? I mean, the other option is he could just kill everyone and leave. That seems like a valid oh yeah, Thorfinn's also busting in, by the way. And yeah, so who knows what he's going to do. The guy who betrayed Thorfinn's father shows up. He's got a really flat face and square head. Askeladd, you wretch, do you have any idea what you've done? You've killed the king. Yeah, I think he knows that. Whatever do you mean, Folke? I'm standing right here. Why you... The war with England will burst back into flames because of you. We'll have to start over from square one, all because of you. Ah, bah, are you so angry that your patron has been slain? You petty mouse, you never learn to see beyond your own loss or gain. Silence, who do you think you are, you son of a slave? Oh, that's an interesting insult. That being said, I don't think insulting his mother is a good idea right now. Is that how you speak to your rightful king, knave? On your knees. Oh my god! I think I'm more impressed with him forcing him back down, forcing him onto his knees, than I am shocked that he was able to just kill the king like that. I was not expecting any of this. I figured this was going to be a more political kind of vibe for a while, and cat and mouse sneaky. I'm fine. I'm giving you the honor of kissing my boot, then you'll die. Askeladd, and Thorfinn is charging through. He doesn't know what's going on. Stay away, Thorfinn. No! Okay, was not expecting that. I was not expecting Thorfinn to see the prince kill Askeladd, and oh god. Everyone's having a terrible day. I'm having a terrible time. Is this the first time you've run a man through, Prince? Well done. I guess he hit the heart. I'm a little bit in shock, not gonna lie. And Thorfinn catches him. Hey, Ash. His Highness, the prince did him in. His Highness slew the brute himself. Prince Canute has avenged his royal father. Prince goes to fall, and Thorkill catches him. Stand tall and proud. This is an important part, Prince. This stage was made for your sake. Don't waste it. Oh my god. You just had to get stabbed in the worst possible place, you idiot. Askeladd's just like, fool, quit squalling in my ear, boy. Let an old man get some rest. Hurry up and finish me. I'm sorry about the wait. My life is yours now. I've used it all up anyway. Not that I regret any of it. Kill me. We're enemies, are we not? And Thorfinn just screams, this isn't how it's supposed to be. Our fight wasn't supposed to end this way. You can't do this to me. You can't die. Get up, stand up, and fight me right now. I'm the one who's supposed to kill you, you son of a bitch. Honestly, this is what I hate about you kids. Haven't you given a thought to what you're going to live for after I'm dead, Thorfinn? And Thorfinn's just staring at what he has funneled all his hatred and rage into. His one goal in life was to kill Askeladd and never thought of the after. You haven't, have you? You're hopeless, you know that? Shut up. None of your fucking business. Move on, Thorfinn. Don't hang onto this petty bullshit your entire life. You've got to move on. Go further. You are the son of Thor's, so venture beyond the world he saw. That is your true battle. Be a true warrior, son of Thor's. And then he dies in his hands, in his arms. This was not... Oh god. The prince speaks. I will not ask your forgiveness, Thorfinn. He was struck by a sudden madness and killed the king. He had to pay with his life. But I imagine that you will have no wish to serve me any longer. You are free to go where you wish. Thorfinn, don't do something stupid. He's staggering. Well, don't attack the prince! Why must you do this? Now we gotta deal with this. Thorkill takes him down. I'm Team Thorkill. I'm still Team Thorkill, but Thorfinn doesn't deserve what's about to happen to him. He attacked the prince. He's in league with the traitor. Kill him. Oh, God. The prince screams, cease. Do not kill him. I am fine. He got a cut on his cheek. He's not like Askeladd. Or maybe a medic comes up. Let me see, your highness. Do not bother. It's a shallow wound. A meager price. Back soldiers, do not kill him. And everyone obeys. He's going to seize control of the military from me, the square-headed person says. Your Highness, we cannot simply allow him to walk free. If he does not die, the dignity of a Danish royal line will be besmirched. I said nothing of releasing him. I will decide Thorfinn's fate at a later time. Squarehead tries to take control and get the prince out of there. Prince says, Folke, now that the old king has died, who do you believe commands the forces of the English front? What's wrong? Speak. Who is in control? The prince walks towards the crown and puts it on his head. Listen closely, royal servants. King Sweeney has passed. As of today, I, Canute, will assume command of all military forces and control over England. Don't you have a brother? Are you the older brother or the younger brother? The subjugation of Wales is cancelled. When the news of the old king's death is known, the remnants of the English forces will be emboldened. We must prepare for their uprising. We will commence the awarding of valuables and land at a later date. His Majesty will be put to rest in 2 days' time. That is all. You are dismissed. And they're dragging Thorfinn away. They're mumbling something. He's thinking back on his past. Dagger on the floor. That's the end of that chapter, and now we're on to the next arc. This is not going to go well. All right, finishing that section on a high note for sure. Was not expecting that. I thought the prince and the king would just be separate for a time. They'd be plotting against each other, cat and mouse vibes. Nope, we're just going to take them out and take control. Not expecting that at all. So, going to see what happens to Thorfinn now. Is he going to be thrown in a jail cell? Is he going to be sent off? I just seen the next chapter's title as Slave, so I think that's a pretty good hint on what's about to happen. Is his new goal just going to be to get to Vinland? I'm fine with that too. That's all I got. I'm a little bit in shock. Bye.